Hello viewers, hope you all are fine. I welcome you to this fifth lecture on global warming. Okay, so today we will discuss in this video regarding its causes and effects. So my dear viewers, so these videos I am making in serially as per your Aecc 1 Environment Study and Disaster Management syllabus of your first semester compulsory course. So all the students in BSc become and BS streams, you are bound to learn these classes. Okay, so you know that in my previous videos I have already discussed that you have to appear one internal examination of 20 mark and the university examinations of having 80 marks. Okay, so in this I have also discussed regarding the question pattern, means how your question will come in the examination. So your question will be of 1 mark, 2 mark, 3 mark and 7 marks. That's why you have to learn all the chapters seriously, and you have to clear your fundamental knowledge. Okay, in my previous videos I have already completed unit 1 in 13 lectures, and I have already completed also in 4 lectures on this unit 2, and today is our 5th lecture, which is based on global warming. So if you will watch all my videos, you will be able to learn sound knowledge regarding all the chapters those are there in your Aecc 1 Environment Study and Disaster Management paper. Okay, and I have also marked that lecture 1, lecture 2 like this, so you will not be confused. And my dear viewers who are watching this video for the first time, I request you to please subscribe my channel and like the contents if yeah, it really give you some knowledge, so that it will give me some motivation and I can bring you some more contents regarding this paper. Okay, so let us discuss what is global warming. So look in the picture, the cartoon. Okay, and that cartoon is searching by taking a lens. Okay, that what is really the global warming. So the we can say that the changes in the surface air temperature, referred to as global temperature, brought about by the enhanced greenhouse effect, which is induced by emissions of greenhouse gases in the air from different sources. Okay, so it is a complicated sentence perhaps for you, the students. So in this video, if you will watch till the end, you will be able to understand this chapter properly and will be able to answer all the short questions, that is based on 1 mark question answer, 2 mark question answer, and for your long question answer also. Okay, so till the end you will able to learn what is global warming, then about greenhouse effect, then what are the causes of global warming, effects of global warming, then ozone layer depletion, then global warming statistics, means the position of the global warming now and what will be the situation in near future. Okay, that is expressed as global warming statistics. Then projection of global warming, future prediction, and what precautions we should take to prevent this global warming. So global warming is the as this name indicates, global and warming. Warming means increase of temperature, isn't it? And global means this phenomenon is occurring throughout the world. It is not a regional effect. You will not find this effect in Cuttack district, in particular in a state, Odisha, or particularly in a country like India. Okay, so it is a global phenomenon. Means this global warming is a environmental concern throughout the globe in every country. Okay, so what do we mean by global warming? Means the average world temperatures is increasing day by day. Why? Then question comes, why increasing? And if it will increase, then how it will damage our ecosystem, our environment, or what negative impact it will put to the human being or any other sectors. Okay, so that those are the questions, and every questions will be solved in this video. Okay, so we can say this global warming is occurring due to the result of what is known as the greenhouse effect. Okay, then what is greenhouse effect then? Then so you know that certain gases in the atmosphere act like glass in a greenhouse. Okay, allowing sunlight through to heat the earth surface, but trapping the heat as it radiates back into space. Means what? Suppose sun is giving you different types of radiation, isn't it? So different types of radiation are like your UV radiation, then your visible radiation, then infrared radiation. Okay, so all these types of radiations are coming from the sun. So when different types of radiations are coming to the earth surface, it is absorbed by the different structures present over the earth, but the some amount of heat is also radiating back to the atmosphere. Okay, but what happened? Due to the increase of some greenhouse gases in the atmosphere like carbon dioxide, methane, then your chlorofluorocarbon, then your water vapors, okay, coming from different sources. These gases comes from different sources. Okay, from where it comes? Like your industrialization, from automobiles, from mining activities, then from rice field, or we can say from agricultural fields. Okay, so methane and all these types of greenhouse gases are coming, and these gases has a property to trap these radiated rays. Those are going back to the atmosphere. So if these gas will be or these rays will be trapped by these greenhouse gases, then what will happen? The immediate surrounding will be warmed up. Okay, means the gradual temperature will increase. Actually nowadays that is happening. Okay, so this allowing sunlight to heat the earth's surface but trapping the heat as it radiates back into space. So as the greenhouse gases built up in the atmosphere, the earth gets hotter and hotter. This process is leading to a rapid change in climate, and it also leads to climate change. So there are differences between your global warming and climate change. Okay, what is the basic difference? So global warming is the increase of the earth's average surface temperature due to a build-up of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. Whereas climate change means it is a broader term that refers to long-term changes in climate, including average temperature and precipitation. So all these are your weather parameters, okay, like your temperature, precipitation, rainfall. So global warming is a, we can say, short-term effect, or weather is a short-term effect. So when this weather change occurred for a longer time period, it leads to climate change. Okay. So global warming relates to the increase in the average temperature of the Earth's surface that has been observed in recent years, and it is projected to continue. Means it is a continuous process, and it is debated as to whether this is a natural occurrence or whether it is one anthropogenic activities. So we can say this global warming is a both a natural phenomenon and also the anthropogenic activity, because human beings are basically responsible to increase the these greenhouse gases by its different developmental activities. So global warming is caused by several things, which include we discussed that man-made or anthropogenic causes, isn't it? And global warming is also caused by natural causes. So there are many causes like your see in the screen that some natural causes are also responsible in increasing these greenhouse gases, or ultimately creating the your greenhouse gas and global warming and climate change. So natural causes are causes that are created by nature, as we know. So one natural cause is a release of methane gas from Arctic tundra, okay, and wetlands. So from wetlands and tundra region, automatically the methane gas released, which is a spontaneous process. And methane is a greenhouse gas and a very dangerous gas to our environment. So a greenhouse gas is a gas that traps heat in the earth atmosphere, and another natural cause is that the earth goes through a cycle of climate change, isn't it? So this climate change usually lasts about 40,000 years. Okay. So now you see, we know earth atmospheric gases, they are divided into two types, isn't it? So one is your major gases and minor gases, and we can also divide it to non greenhouse gases and greenhouse gases. So non greenhouse gases comprises 99% of the entire volume, and greenhouse gases is only 1%, but this 1% affects a lot. Okay. So you know that what are the non-greenhouse gases, like your nitrogen, oxygen, water. Okay, nitrogen and oxygen. Water vapor is coming in your greenhouse gas. So in 1% greenhouse gases, your carbon dioxide, methane, water vapor, they are the main um, list or main types of greenhouse gases which adds temperature in the surrounding. So what are anthropogenic causes? So man-made causes, or that we call as anthropogenic causes, probably do the most damage to our planet. Okay. So there are many man-made causes of global warming, out of which pollution is one of the biggest man-made problem. And pollution comes in many shapes and sizes, from burning of fossil fuels. Okay, so fossil fuels, what are fossil fuels? So fossil fuels are made of organic matter such as coal or oil, isn't it? And when fossil fuels are burned, they give off a greenhouse gas called carbon dioxide. So we use fossil fuel in our automobiles. So nowadays, due to our change in lifestyle, the number of automobiles per person is increasing. That's why the increase or the liberation of carbon dioxide to the atmosphere is also increasing, isn't it? So when you dig up the fossil fuel, you dig up the methane as well, letting it escape into the atmosphere. So what are the effects of global warming? So there are different sources we discussed. So effects are of manifold. So in the picture you see the most dangerous effect is your ice cap melting or polar ice melting. Okay, so the effects of global warming can already be seen. There is one organization known as IPCC, means Inter Panel Convention on Climate Change. Its third assessment report finds that in the last 40 years, the global average sea level has risen and ocean heat content has increased also, and snow cover and ice extent have decreased, which threatens to uh, submerge the low-lying island nations and so also the coastal regions throughout the world. This is the most dangerous the most we can say havoc to the ecosystem. So effects of global warming already being felt on plants and animals worldwide. Okay, so plants and animals are also suffered by this global warming phenomenon. So plants, they some species they also disappear from the earth surface, and some global warming due to increase in temperature, the yield of some um, plant is also reducing. Then global warming also affects that will happen in the future. It will have serious impact on the environment and on society, we can say, directly or indirectly. So higher temperature will cause a melting of ice in particularly where the ice is present in our ecosystem. So in Antarctica, in Greenland, we will find a huge quantity of ice. Those are present in the form of ice caps, isn't it? Or we call it as glaciers. So that will melt. So this will accelerate the rise of sea level, and the speed at which global warming is expected to occur in the 21st century, and it is faster than most plant and animal species will be able to cope. Okay, if in this rate global warming will occur, then several plants and animals will fail to cope with this changing temperature. Okay, so however more pests and diseases may offset any benefits higher temperature may have. Means with the increase of temperature, your disease causing viruses, bacteria, they will also their number will also increase, and water resources will also be affected by this your temperature increase in temperature. Then if we will see its effect on plants and animals, so it is having a significant impact on hundreds of plants and animal species around the world. Although the most dramatic effect may not be felt for decades, according to a new study in the journal Nature. Okay, so if this effect is not observed in between few years, but definitely in coming futures, in a longer period, its impact will be easily marked. Okay, so due to global warming also, your ozone layer will deplete. There is every chance of depletion of ozone layer. So we know that the ozone layer protects the earth from the ultraviolet rays and sent down by the sun. If the ozone layer is depleted by human action, the effect on the planet could be catastrophic. Means it will be dangerous. Then ozone, as we know, it is symbolized in O3, or its formula is O3, and it is a bluish gas that is formed by 3 atoms of oxygen, and the form of oxygen that humans breathe in consists of 2 oxygen atoms. Okay, and when found on the surface of the planet, ozone is considered as a dangerous pollutant, isn't it? So ozone acts as a protective layer in the stratosphere, whereas the same ozone acts as a pollutant in the troposphere, and it is one substance responsible for producing the greenhouse also. Okay. So, global warming will affect human health in number of different ways, and the spread of infectious diseases will be affected, or the number will be more. Then agriculture will be affected. Extreme weather patterns will be affected. For example, the frequencies of cyclones, floods. Okay, it will be more. So the amount of smog near the ground will be affected, means the smog, formation of smog, which is made by the combination of smoke along with your fog and different pollutants. Okay, in the presence of light, that's why this is known as photochemical smog. So the amount of smog near the ground will be affected, and the supply of fresh water available to human will also be decreased. Then it will also put the effect on coral reefs, polar ice caps. Okay. And now question comes, if the global warming affects the nature or the ecosystem in these ways, then what is its solution? Isn't it? So the main solutions to get rid from this global warming effect is to switch over to use the alternative energy sources. Okay. Alternative energy sources means there are some energy sources which are eco-friendly, which are renewable. By using this energy, there will be no generation of harmful byproducts to the atmosphere, so that the atmosphere will be polluted or these greenhouse gases will be increased. Okay. For example, we can reduce the use of petroleums. We can switch over to use the ethanols, hydrogen fuels. Okay. Then we can use, or we can harness the geothermal energy. We can use solar energy. We can use wind energy, because those are natural way, those are available in a natural way, and those are also eco-friendly, and by the use of these resources there will be no harm to the ecosystem. Okay. Or if there will be harm, that will be negligible, very less. Then second solution step is your huge or massive plantation. Okay, because in the photosynthesis process, plants are the only material, they absorb the carbon dioxide, and this carbon dioxide is harmful for the environment, means we call it as greenhouse gases, for which this global warming is occurring, isn't it? And this harmful carbon dioxide is utilized by the trees to give you, or in the process of photosynthesis, plants use this carbon dioxide to produce your glucose or carbohydrate like food. For example, C6H12O6, isn't it? So the second and most important solution of this global warming is massive plantation. Means in every occasion, in a birthday, in any celebration you do in your family, at least you plant one tree. Okay. Or you go for a plantation, adopt a tree. Okay. Adopt a plant. Okay. Then next we will see the data, some projections. Okay. So according to NASA, NASA, everyone knows NASA, that is National Aerospace, isn't it? So it is related to your research on space, and it has observed that the hottest year on record was 2005. Okay. And another was in 1998. So according to the National Climatic Data Center, it estimates $100 billion of damage was caused by hurricanes hitting the US coast in 2005 alone. So why hurricane is arised? It is arised due to the changing in temperature pattern. We can say due to global warming, due to climate change. Okay. So ultimately it affects our economy, isn't it? So it is also projected that 15 to 37% of all plant and animal species could be wiped out, means totally vanished, or we can say in scientifically the term used is extinct. Okay. For example, you have heard that once upon a time on the earth's surface there was a dinosaur like animal, isn't it? Very big dinosaur, and due to climate change it could not adapted itself on the earth's surface and it become extinct. Okay. Similarly, so if this condition of global warming continues, then what will happen? It is estimated that 15 to 37% of all plant and animal species could may extinct, oh, okay, or wiped out by global warming by the year 2050, which could further cause considerable damage to our planets. Because you know, in our planet, for the survival or for the your we can say uh, ecosystem balance, the composition of plants, animals, your abiotic components, everyone should be in a balance condition so that the ecosystem will be healthy one. So when maximum percentage of plant and animal will be there is possibility of extinction, then it is not a good sign for the ecosystem, isn't it? So some basic predictions of global warming on temperature and sea level is already studied. So it is studied by the scientists that global mean temperature would increase by between 1.4 and 5.8 degree centigrade, that is 2.5 to 10 degree Fahrenheit. Okay. And the northern hemisphere cover should decrease further, but the Antarctic ice sheet should increase. And the sea level should rise by between 9 and 88 centimeter. Okay. And think that if sea level will rise 9 to 88 centimeter, means it will submerge the coastal areas like your Mumbai, Goa. Okay. So all the coastal cities will be submerged. Then other changes should occur, including an increase in some extreme weather events. For example, sudden cyclonic effects will be marked. Then your other activities will also be there. So the United States is ranked number one among large nations of being a global warming polluter, because global the most carbon dioxide percentage emitted is by your United States. Okay. So we are in the last part. This is the last slide we are discussing about. Okay. So we will end this video by discussing about precaution to prevent global warming. What precaution we should take or we should adopt. So we generally use the ACs and refrigerators uselessly. Okay. And it should be stopped because from them we know that harmful rays, that is CFCs, are emitted, which results in depletion of ozone layer, and from that whole UV rays of sun comes to the earth and it causes many diseases to both animals and plants. Okay, that is, it creates skin cancer. We call it as carcinoma. Okay, and CNG and hydrogen operated vehicles should be used. I already told you in my previous slide that use of alternative energy sources, okay, in which CNG and hydrogen operated vehicles should be used. Then more number of trees should be planted and chimneys in the industry should be upgraded so that most of the effluents should get filtered there only. Okay, so the industry should adopt uh, advanced technologies in order to reduce the pollution load to the atmosphere. Okay, so that we can be able to reduce these harmful greenhouse gases up to some extent. Okay, so my dear viewers, these were all for today's lecture regarding your global warming, its causes, effects, and solutions. Okay, so I hope that uh, you are able to understand it properly. So if possible, you make your note and be prepared for the university and internal examinations. Okay, so we will meet in our next video with some other contents, and all the contents are based on your syllabus. Everything is there in your syllabus of compulsory paper, environment study and disaster management. Okay, so till then, take care, bye bye. And if you really like my video, then please subscribe and like. Bye bye.